Hey, this is Chris from Mission Capital, and in today's video, I'm going to show you how going to the grocery store can teach you how to buy companies in private equity. So, let's say I was going to go to the grocery store and I wanted to buy some apples, and they cost 10 bucks. Well, I need to come up with a way to pay for those apples and then ultimately pay for them. And to do that, we're going to be matching our sources of cash with our uses of cash. So, if the apples would cost $10, what I have to do is first off pay for the apples, right? So I'm going to bring those into my uses. That's where the cash goes. But in addition to the cost of the apples, I probably have some sales tax on top of that. So it's going to be the cost of the apples multiplied by my sales tax. So my total uses here is actually greater than the $10. It's the 10 bucks for the apples plus the 50 cents gives me 10.50. Now my sources and my uses must be equal. So you can see here in my total sources, I've linked it to the uses because I have to bring enough cash to the transaction to pay for it. So let's say I open my wallet and in there I've got, $5. Well, the rest of it, to cover my cost of apples, I have to put on my credit card. And so the credit card is going to be the difference between the total and what I have. So it's just the 10.50 minus the 5 bucks. So I had to put 5.50 on my credit card to get the deal done, right? So the cost of apples, I brought 10.50 to the transaction via cash in my wallet and the credit card, and I paid for it by paying for the apples and the sales tax. The sources equal the uses. So if we flip over now to a company, and we've got a $20 million company in terms of its enterprise value and an EBITDA of 2.8 million, it's really the same exact thing. So let's start with the uses just like we did for the apples. The first thing we got to do is just pay for the company. So I'm going to put that in the uses. And then to get the deal done, I've got some other stuff too. I need to hire some lawyers and accountants to help me vet the business and see if it's a good fit. And that's going to cost me $200,000. So I'm just going to put that in there. And then I also need to bring some cash to the balance sheet so I have a little bit of working capital when the deal closes to basically keep the lights on, keep the operations going. So I'm going to need 500,000 for that. So now, in addition to the cost of the business itself, I need 200 for fees and 500 for cash to the balance sheet. So the total uses is 20,700,000. And so now I need to bring those sources to the deal as well. And the way I'm going to do that is with the debt and the equity. And now the debt is limited by 3 times or 3x the EBITDA. So a lender is going to say, I'm not going to give you more than 3 times the estimate of the EBITDA in terms of proceeds. So I'm going to take this, take the EBITDA, multiply it by 3. And so now the rest of the way to get there is I have to bring equity to the deal to close it. So it's going to be my total sources minus the debt the lender is willing to give me. And so now my total sources equal my total uses, and the way I'm going to get there is by bringing some debt to the deal and some equity. So you can see purchasing a company is the exact same as basically buying apples at the grocery store. You just need to ensure that your total sources equal your total uses. So that's it for this one. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.